Folks, in case you missed it, Combo Breaker 2024 just happened over the weekend, and the players voted to include the new patch with Akuma and everything. Let it all be legal at the tournament, and it ended up with a pretty surprising response. Who ended up in first place out of over 1,000 entrants? It was Lily, the low-tier grappler. People have been saying since the game first came out that Lily is a little bit on the underpowered side. And yet she took the whole thing in the hands of a very skilled player named Chakotay, who has been a Lily specialist for the entire life cycle of Street Fighter 6 so far. So what happened? Were we wrong about Lily? Is she secretly OP? Were the buffs just that good that she became a top-tier character? Or is Chakotay just an amazing player who can do amazing things with Lily, regardless of her position on the tier list? Let's talk about it a little bit and analyze what has changed with Lily and what did Chakotay do that was so amazing that let him win in this really stacked tournament against some of the best players in the world. Okay, so let's talk about everything that changed with Lily in the patch. She got a lot of just like very minor tweaks to her normals. For example, standing light punch used to be 6-frame startup, now it's 5-frame startup. Standing light kick used to be +1 on hit, now it's +5 on hit. Crouching medium kick went from 10 frames to 9 frames. They also increased the speed of her EX wind charge move, so now it'll combo off of both of her medium kicks. And so far, if these seem like fairly minor changes, I would say they kind of are. You know, these are nice little improvements that make playing her feel a little bit better, but it's nothing that is like totally crazy on the level of what a character like Zangief got. There were slight buffs to her supers. Her level 1 super is now 10-frame startup, down from 13, so now you can no longer safe melee this with a jab, which is a pretty good buff. I think they made that same adjustment to a lot of level 1s in the game. And then her level 2 is now going to do more damage. Her level 3 does more damage as well, but, you know, not very much. Only like 100 extra damage, so, you know, 1% extra damage of their life bar, so to say. Probably her biggest buff was now her medium wind charge will leave them closer on hit, so now they are in threat of a command throw after getting hit by this. But, you know, I feel like maybe this change is actually less good than people think it is, because most of the time you are not landing this move from this range. Most of the time this move is landed from, like, back here. Like, this is where we usually do it, and of course back here you are not going to be able to get that SPD mix-up. So yeah, the closer range on this is nice, but to me it's definitely not something that is like, you know, turning the character from low tier to top tier in my eyes. So yeah, a bunch of little changes. None of them, in my opinion, completely earth-shattering or game-breaking, but it all adds up to a better experience playing the character. But in fact, I would argue that her biggest buff was actually a buff that every character got, and that is Wake Up Drive Reversal. To be honest, Wake Up Drive Reversal is really nice for a character who didn't have an invincible move without spending super meter. You know, a lot of characters in the game have EX Dragon Punches that are invincible, but it seems like they didn't want to give reversals to any of the grapplers. Zangief, Manon, and Lily, none of them have reversal options without super meter until now. Now everyone has access to this Wake Up Drive Reversal, and I do think it's quite strong. Yes, drive reversal is very slow, 18-frame startup. It's possible to do a lot of safe moves against it and still be able to block when they do it on Wake Up, but I think that this is a nice change that helped her out a lot, and I think you'll see the way Chakotay plays, I think he took good advantage of this buff, and it really helped him get to grand finals and end up winning this tournament. So let's start taking a look at these matches and see if we can dissect exactly what Chakotay was doing that was so amazing. All right, so we're here in grand finals against Noah the Prodigy playing Luke, and many people would say that Luke is currently perhaps the strongest character in the game. He was up there, arguably the strongest before the big patch. And, you know, he got a mix of buffs and nerfs. I would say overall, it seems like he didn't lose much. He's still in really good shape, and you can see right off the bat. So there's 3 things that I think Chakotay did really amazingly that paid off in this match. The first one is going to be footsies and spacing. We saw it right there. That jab whiffs, and immediately Chakotay is in the perfect range to apply back heavy punch. It's not a whiff punish. You can see it's a counter hit, but gets a ton of corner carry off of it, drive rushing afterwards. And that's the second thing I want to focus on is the corner. Chakotay utilizes the corner perfectly. Did you see that drive rush check Oh my god. So you can see that was down light punch. That was not the buffed standing light punch. So that definitely would have worked before. You can see down heavy punch. Really amazing anti-air. So what El Chakotay is doing a lot of times is getting the corner and then actually standing back and letting Luke, you know, try to escape the corner with the jump, but being at the right range to anti-air with standing fierce. But there, it didn't work out. A little bit too close. Got hit by the falling heavy kick, but it doesn't matter. We got the crosscut EXDP with the wind stocks. So yeah, Lily, when she gets wind stocks, neutral can actually become really annoying for Luke. He has to be really scared when throwing fireballs, or else she might EX Condor Spire right through. This is going to be tough. We got the combo. We got the corner carry. And again, El Chakotay does not go in right here. Just waits very patiently, thinking, okay, Noah knows that I'm going to win if I keep him in the corner, so he's going to want to jump out. This time, actually, El Chakotay waits, goes for the whiff punish on the whiffed overhead, instead gets hit out of the drive rush. And now the sides have changed. Now you're stuck in the corner, buddy. So yeah, everything becomes a lot harder when Lily is the one with her back in the corner. So she decides to escape with Condor Dive. So you can see doing anything in his power to escape the corner. Another immaculate footsies button there with the back heavy punch. And again, just standing back. The second El Chakotay gets a little too aggressive and goes in, gets hit by the level 2. Now both players are burnt out. Manages to get the jump over the fireball, though. That was just a good read. He jumped before the fireball was even leaving Luke's hands. Perfect read, and gets the kill off of it. And you might be wondering, you know, did this kill because of the increased damage on level 2? Was that a buff coming into play finally? I think if you guys paid attention to that last round, I don't think a single one of Lily's buffs actually came into play during that game, including this level 2 damage buff. So I think this is about 38%, a little bit less than 40% that he has right here. And this kills. Here I have Luke set to 40%. I think he actually has more HP here than Noah had in the clip. And yeah, this is just major overkill. 4280. Before the buff, this would have done 4200 exactly. And yeah, definitely would have killed even before the buff. So again, the buffs don't seem to be mattering so far. El Chakotay is just built different. Managed to take that round off of the super high damaging jump-in combo. Nice little shimmy there from Noah the Prodigy, getting that corner carry. And again, that down fierce. You know what's really funny is Capcom actually wrote in their patch notes, they specifically called out crouching heavy punch. It had high proficiency compared to her other attacks, and she became a one-note character. So they actually nerfed Crouching Heavy Punch's hurt box, making it easier to whip punish, because they were like, all any Lily player does is hit Crouching Heavy Punch. But in my opinion, it didn't really work. I think Crouching Heavy Punch is still her go-to move, and you'll see El Chakotay uses it approximately 10 billion times throughout the course of this match, getting a clean anti-air on the jump-in, and actually doesn't block the overhead here. Very rare. In general, El Chakotay's defense was immaculate throughout this entire set, so that was definitely a rare hit here. But I think you'll see that Noah is very aggressive with his drive gauge. You can see Noah set himself down to a sliver of drive gauge, and he does this a lot. He either puts himself down to a sliver or down to burnout, just trying to close the gap and get in. And the thought process behind that is Lily is a weak character defensively. She has poor reversals, and Lily is not a character who can, you know, kind of destroy you for burning out, as well as a character like, say, Aki or Dhalsim. But here, El Chakotay just held it down and was patient and managed to win despite the burnout with a nice drive rush up into SPD. And you could see the anti-air as well. Like every time Noah jumps, that anti-air is on deck. So really, it's just solid fundamentals here. Good defense, good footsies, good spacing, and being patient and waiting for that anti-air down fierce. That move is doing all the work. There was another perfectly spaced down fierce. Unfortunately, misses the command grab mix up there. A little out of range. Luke goes for the frame kill, but another one. I mean, come on. How good are this man's spacings? Absolutely incredible. Jumps in, gets hit clean by the anti-air once again. And you can see, you know, Noah again is kind of burning it all, burning that drive gauge. I like the backdash attempt to try to beat the throw, but this time was committed to a move, doesn't get the anti-air, and you can see how quickly this matchup can turn around. One small mistake, if he's not ready for that down fierce anti-air, Luke can pretty much just kill you off the jump in. So, yeah, really tough stuff. Again, we are burning all this drive gauge. We want to get Lily to the corner. We want to force pressure upon her and take advantage of the fact that she is a poor defensive character. We don't want to let her sit back and build win stocks, because that's what's going to happen there. The EX Condor Spire through, and this was just an incredible tactic. Did you guys see this? Down fierce, charges up the wind charge here, and Noah the Prodigy sees the wind charge not come out and thinks, okay, she did the light version, she's gonna whiff it, I'm gonna drive rush up. But it was actually just charging and holding down the medium version. So gets the level 3 off this, and this is gonna burn out. That's what you get for spending all your drive gauge trying to win neutral here. You're gonna end up burnt out in the corner, which is very bad, and leads to another spinning pile driver, another condor throw. What? I don't know the official names of these moves, guys, but all right, we're trying to stand back and use that perfectly spaced down fierce. Again, Noah the Prodigy is like, I'm just gonna spend it. Let me drive rush in. El Chakotay getting low on drive now, and that time utilizes the held whiff version to kind of bait out the parry there. Drain a little more meter. I like that tactic. Whiffed another one and was able to parry the fireball, and the spacing on down fierce is just insane. And I've seen a lot of people ask, what is the point of this setup? So if you land Windclad Condor Spire, you can see this is not a safe jump. This is a fake jump, kind of. He lands in front. So yeah, you can see when he does this, this is not any kind of safe jump attempt or anything. The jump in just whiffs. This is nice, obviously, because you're in range for Mexican Typhoon. I remembered the name. Same as T-Hawk. But also, you can see you can catch him with a standing light kick when you land. So if he's thinking, okay, I'm going to escape the setup, you know, you could just loop it like that. Force him to sit still if he's trying to get out. And of course, we saw standing light kick is buffed, so this is going to be more powerful in general than it was before. So this time, off the setup, he gets the knockdown, and he just does empty jump Mexican Typhoon. And then we're drive rushing up, you know, chooses to go for drive rush there instead of just stalking a wind, because he already had one wind stock. Now he has two backdashes to get out of the throw. And again, Noah the Prodigy is burnt out. You can see this is just happening a lot, being a little bit overly aggressive trying to win neutral, but it's worked out right now, actually. Has the corner, but you can see this is where that strategy that maybe would have been really effective against Lily before, when she had like no good reversals. Now she's got wake up drive reversal, gets out of the situation, and now it's kind of awkward for Noah, because now you don't have the corner anymore. You burned yourself out. You got to be really careful of these Windclad Condor Spires. Goes for the overhead, actually gets thrown out of it, and you can see how much El Chakotay is playing around the corner, just goes for back throw in the corner, wants to keep that positioning, and there is EX Condor Spire into level 1 super. I believe this did work even before the buff. You can see I'm going to try to leave at least a 3-frame gap and see if the super still works here. Yeah, you can see there was like a 4-frame gap there. I hope you guys saw it. It was only there for a second, but yeah, the combo still works. So yeah, you don't need 10-frame super to do that. So again, that was not a buff. That would have worked before. So on to the next round here. And I mean, this is match point. El Chakotay, can you believe it? And another perfectly spaced down fierce. Let me just see that whiff punish again. That was incredible. Oh my God. Just standing at the exact max tip range for that first hit of down fierce. Backdashing to get out of the pressure, but Noah is going ham and completely burning himself out to get this corner carry to apply the pressure. But again, the wake up drive reversal is doing so much work here. It is really actually changing the game. So that's why I said I think that was Lily's biggest buff, was having access to this new universal mechanic. For a character with no EX reversal, it really, really helps. But once again, you're back in the corner. This time you're going to have to hold it, but the Abare standing light kick sticks it out. And I think that was a link, right? Let me see. Uh-oh, guys, bad news. I'm pretty sure it's a chain. That's a frame by frame there. So again, the buff not coming into play. Just chaining from standing light kick to crouching light punch, just like you could before. Ooh, drive rush down medium kick is going to connect. Isn't it funny how Noah the Prodigy, like, look, he's burned out. He is no longer burnt out. Has the drive gauge, immediately starts spending it again. As soon as we have some drive gauge to spend, we're just going to spend it all trying to win this neutral and get this corner, and it works out. I mean, that's kind of how this matchup was played before. You just burn whatever it takes to dominate neutral and get Lily into the corner where she's not going to be able to set up those win stacks. And before, she just didn't have the options to get out of it, but now she does, which is really nice. Jumping out of the command grab, but he jumped back, so wasn't able to get a punish. Now you're burnt out once again. Are you tired of hearing this? That Noah's burnt out is happening a lot, but that was a really incredible reaction to the Windclad EX Spire. Gets the level 3. Lily sitting on nearly a level 3 herself, but that was a nice little safe meaty there. And he was burnt out, so wasn't able to drive Impact back, but still manages to take the game. So Noah the Prodigy still on the board here. As we go into game 4, and I mean, just look at the patience. El Chakotay was not taking too many risks, but Noah does manage to get that big drive rush once again, pushing to the corner. But you could see right here, this was another really clever play from El Chakotay. When you see this move starting up, you think, okay, I better drive reversal because he's going to do the medium wind charge. But instead, he just stalks up the light one, gets the down fierce once again. There's that safe setup we talked about before. Goes for normal grab so that he would be safe against any kind of neutral jump or anything to get out of the situation. Continuing to press into the corner. Manages to not keep the corner. Gets the combo into level 1, which is in fact going to burn out. And was standing far enough away to get 2 win stocks now. This is going to be real bully hours here for Lily. I mean, what is Luke going to do with all these win stocks? Not able to jump out because of the power of down fierce. The nerfed move is still strong. And again, just wake up drive reversal to get out of this situation, man. Easy as pie, but this is a huge combo from Noah into the level 2, which is going to put another round on the board. I think starting to get a little bit scary. Is the adaptation station? Is the train pulling into it? I don't know, guys. El Chakotay has 1 meter to work with, manages to get the early win stock into the knockdown. Checking with down fierce and a tick throw. This is like the first one of those we've seen this whole time. He's done standing light kick into crouching light punch like 100 times, and now into another command throw. You really feel like he's been saving this. El Chakotay has had a lot of opportunities to go for command grab mix-ups and just hasn't done it, gone for pressure instead. So now they're really coming out, and Noah is not ready for it. Gets a big perfect parry, but out of range. Noah's looking frazzled now. That's a perfect. The crowd is on their feet. Bro, everyone is so excited right now. I was in that room, and it was really, really hype. But again, we're burning everything. We are burning absolutely everything to get this corner. Look at this. Continuing to drive rush, but there it was again. Backdash into standing light kick. Gets the chain. We're knocking down. We go empty jump command throw. Again, Noah's still not used to this change in tactic of going much more aggressive with the command throws. All right, he's got the knockdown, but he doesn't want to spend that last bar and burn himself out. I understand it. Now does it. Okay, now we're going to get the knockdown into level 3, so this is going to get you a lot of that drive gauge back. It's not going to be all of it. But Lily's sitting on level 3 and a win stock. How are you going to survive this corner situation? Just throw techs. Doesn't commit to the wake-up reversal. EX, Windclad Spire, down, medium kick, drive rush, gets the full combo off it, empty jump, SPD kills! How did that kill? Run it back. Oh, that did so much damage. 3-1. And by the way, these two fought in winners finals, and it was 3-2, a very close set. So El Chakotay had to beat Noah twice. Also beat Zach in a Box's Luke. Also beat another Luke on stream before this. So despite Luke maybe being the best character in the game, El Chakotay put on a huge major clinic and did amazing with this character. So yeah, guys, I guess my closing thoughts. To be honest, would you agree that almost none of Lily's buffs came into play during that set? It's possible that I'm wrong. Let me know down in the comments if there were some of the buffs that he was taking advantage of that I just didn't notice. But like really, he never did like this and then was close enough to get pressure afterwards. That just never really happened wasn't using any of the new combo routes into this just because I don't really know if it's that useful. And yeah, the extra damage on level 2 and level 3 is nice, but it seemed like El Chakotay was never in a situation where that extra damage actually made a difference. He was saving it until it would have killed even before the patch. And of course, super ironically, you know, they wanted you to not use this move exclusively. They wanted her to take advantage of her other pokes. But at the end of the day, we're still just using Down Fierce with Lily. This is still her go-to bread and butter move. By far, her best normal, and I mean, El Chakotay's footsies were just immaculate. So again, I think the biggest buff that he was able to take advantage of was this. That one actually mattered a lot. It came into play several times, so I really liked the understanding of how Noah wanted to play. Wanted to be a very aggressive player, spending all that drive gauge to try to keep the corner, but El Chakotay had the perfect counter for it, and you know, it was just one level ahead. So yeah, really, really impressive stuff. And before I end the video, I just want to give one final shout out to El Chakotay, who you can find online. He has a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel where I'm pretty sure he streams quite regularly. So if you want to get more of the inside scoop of how he learned and applied these strategies, make sure to check him out there. But yeah, Combo Breaker was a really amazing weekend. I think there's more videos that I'd like to make from the event. For example, if you guys didn't see, a Ryu won Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Not Chun, not Yun. Ryu won, so I think I could probably make a video about that if you're interested. So let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see that or anything else from over the weekend. And with that, I'm going to end things. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.